opinions with you, and all they want to do is tell you how you're wrong, and they want to come into your house, or they want to. You're not going to be around that person. You're going to say, "Get the fuck out of my house." You're not going to.
You have the stream.
You're not going to put up with this, huh? What's up, Josh?
Hi there.
What's up, pussy?
Someone... Okay, yeah, sorry. Continue.
Oh, you got the shades on.
Oh, fuck yeah.
What fucking beard. I want to rub my hands through it.
Big man on campus.
Yeah.
What's up?
Could you define what a pussy is for me?
A pussy is somebody like you, man. Somebody who
Details.
will not go away.
Somebody who's determined is a pussy. Is
you are obsessed, man. You have been given so many opportunities.
I'm giving criticism to a complete asshole. That's what I'm doing.
Well,
the guy that bullies everyone.
You? Why does it bother you? Why?
Because he's a fucking bully. Do you know why his channel got deleted? Because he's a 40-something-year-old man who's harassing a 14-year-old. That's why his channel was deleted.
Fucking several videos about the guy, telling him he's gonna kick his ass, calling him a fucking racist, calling him a Jew.
I know he accused him of being racist. I don't think he threatened him with violence.
No, he said that there was a video where he said that he would beat his ass or something like that. He challenged him to a fight or something like that.
I mean, he's 14.
Yeah,
he's 14, girl. It's a 14.
Whatever. This is the internet, though. It ain't like Devin's gonna go to his house and literally beat this kid's ass. He put him in his place.
He'll just drop him and ruin his life. That's all he'll do.
He'll
find his name. He'll fucking get his friends to harass him, and then ruin his life.
I mean, I think ruining his life is a little too far, but I mean, harassing someone on the internet is like, come on.
I don't know. Have you seen my Google search?
No.
Yeah. Lots of swastikas on me.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that shit.
Josh, you can't even say shit because you made the first video to Devin fucking comparing him to American History X.
Yeah, put a space on it. And also, he stated that he agrees a lot with Edward Norton. So it wasn't even an unfair comparison. And on top of that, he's also photoshopped himself onto a Nazi officer's uniform. So if anything, that's fan art.
Okay, so I still don't understand, man. They have brought you on their hangout several times. They said that they don't hate you.
Lying. They are complete liars.
What are you talking about?
Their lies. I completely point them out. Everything they lie about. Like, do you know
I've
Tyler
seen
Preston?
The hangouts.
Do you know Tyler Preston?
No.
Another. He's one of the AIU's fans. He's featured him on a channel quite a few times. But he himself has stated that AIU lied about me, because he tried to literally spread the lie that I literally said that black people are like dogs, which I did not. Everything that you think about me is a fallacy fabricated by Devin Tracy.
You
There's
made
a reason
that
why
analogy.
they don't want you to talk to me.
I heard you make that analogy.
No, I was making that analogy to criminals, criminal behavior. I was comparing the aspect of when you're abused as a child, it reflects in your thoughts as an adult. Same way, if you abuse a dog, it will turn out vicious. I was pointing out a criminal element. There was no reference to black people at all in there.
He wasn't equating dogs to people. He was just making an analogy kind of thing. Like, it wasn't...
Well, no, even if I were to, that's an animal to an animal. They're both animals. Humans are animals. It's a fair analogy. That's how an organism responds to abuse.
Oh, man.
Like, I would say my YouTube channel and my fucking rage is just a response to abuse. I mean, if we're going to be honest here, like...
It's psychology. That's all I'm pointing out. Like, there's reasons to why people commit crime. And then for Devin to just dismiss all the reasons of crime as excuses and then to label everyone who brings them up is bullshit. And I've demonstrated that he has prejudice towards black people. He is a race baiter. I have strict evidence of this.
Baiter.
Yes.
Josh.
He feeds off of racial tension. I can prove this to you. Do you know the per capita fallacy that he projects?
Yeah, I heard you talk about that before several times.
Do you understand my argument?
I heard you say, I don't know, say it again. The per capita of, he says per capita about blacks, but not about whites. I heard you say something like that.
Yeah, it's a complete bullshit thing. Like, I can say white people commit more crime and black people are more impoverished per capita. I can also say black people commit more crime per capita and white people are more impoverished. They're both true and they both mean the exact opposite. Now, which one does Devin Tracy project? That black people commit more crime and white people are more impoverished. That's bullshit. He's comparing per capita to per capita to non-per capita, which he's also criticized others for doing.
So
which means you cannot claim ignorance. That is prejudice. What's that?
You said that you agreed with the stats. You could look at the stats from the
website. Have you read the FBI's disclaimer? Where they say that you need to look at the factors.
Disclaimer, yeah.
No, they say you cannot build a ranking system with their statistics, which is exactly what Devin does. He builds a ranking system saying that black people are insanely more criminal than any other race, which is complete bullshit.
It doesn't click with me, man. I don't know. Maybe you're more evolved or something, Josh. I don't know, but it doesn't click with me because.
No, okay, just trust me.
I look at the stats and
he lies to everyone. No, you can just look. Like, if you see the last troll and trial I had, the fan I would talk to even acknowledged how dishonest he can be. Like, he strictly lies. He spreads misinformation and lies. He's fooled so many people. Like, Tyler Preston did exactly what you did. And he deleted his video after I talked with him. And then that's what happened. That was the wreckage of Friday.
Is that what you hope, that I delete my video, Josh?
Well, no, I just want to show you what piece of shit AIU is. That's all I want to do.
No, I don't.
I understand you. We have a lot in common. I actually respect the military quite a bit. No. I do. I respect the military.
You're not going to convince me the dude's a piece of shit because I agree with the things that he said.
I mean, I agree with
the per capita thing.
But TJ's a piece of shit.
That video that he first got called out on, I think, was an amazing video. It pointed out some shit that people had no clue.
No, but it's the statements that he says, that black people are insanely more criminal, which is bullshit. That is a bullshit statement. That's what people
he's talking about the black criminals.
That doesn't make any sense. Black criminals are an insanely more criminal race. That doesn't make any sense at all.
He didn't say are insanely more criminal race.
Yes, they're insanely more criminal than any other race. He said black people are insanely more criminal than any other race.
What the fuck are you doing, man? What? Okay. Hold on. Let's take a step back. Look at that sentence. Break it down. Slow it down. Okay, you see. I pulled up the stats for Chicago. It's 32% black people live there, and 31% white people, and the rest is Latino.
Yes, but the thing is, your entire argument is based off of the correlation equaling causation fallacy. Just because they're related...
He never says their pigmentation causes them to murder more people.
That's all he said. That's when you say black people are insanely more criminal, that's what you're saying. You're narrowing it down by their skin pigments. You're grouping them together by their skin pigments.
No, that's an observation.
That's why I brought up earlier with the Middle East. You have to bring up the why.
You could look at these statistics and say, hey, because the FBI does say there's a homicide, and they say, okay, it's committed by a black man, or it was committed by a white man. The FBI
you realize you're referencing the source that discredits your opinion. Like, the FBI discredits your opinion. Right now, they disagree with you. They say that you cannot build a ranking system. So from the get-go, Devin is wrong for using the FBI. Like, you cannot source the FBI anymore. Like, you can't. They disagree with you.
Why do they put the race of the murderer on the website?
Because it's just by classification. That's all it is. It's just by demographics.
Okay, so just by demographics, by classification, you can make a logical statement saying that this group of people commits more murder.
Okay, yes, but okay. There are 40 million black individuals living in America. Why do the actions of the 5% that are incarcerated reflect on the other 38 million individuals? Like, that's the problem when you're grouping them in together with race and you say black people are insanely more criminal, you're including them.
Great white sharks are insanely more criminal when it comes to attacking surfers. I mean, I don't...
That's a different species of shark.
But I mean,
you're all human.
You have to realize this, like, when you say that, you have to go into the why. Why do they attack surfers more often? Well, because when they paddle out.
Okay, but we're not talking about why.
Like
we're talking about.
But when you bring up the facts, you have to bring up the why. That's what I brought the Middle East earlier.
No,
if
you
you're going to talk about the Middle East, you have to talk about what happened in the Middle East outside of religion to fuck up the Middle East so bad.
But in his initial video, he doesn't have to bring up the why.
I think what I said earlier, if you're having a discussion, you have to bring up all points of the discussion, not just the situation. Fucking Brett Keane ruined that word for me. Not just the situation, but you have to bring up the why, and depends on the person.
It's cause and effect. It's one conversation.
Like I don't talk about something unless I understand the why. If I'm going to talk about racial crime statistics, I want to know why one race commits more or less crime. And when you talk about certain races, there's poverty, there's education, there's lack of opportunity, and there's systematic oppression, which boils over and can become anger and hatred and crime.
You guys do know that Devin is a Democrat. He is a liberal. You guys know that, right? So
there's a political spectrum where everyone you could be on the left and a Democrat and a liberal, but everyone's going to disagree.
Right.
I mean,
with a two-party system, yeah, I understand.
Well, not even just a two-party system, but looking at the political spectrum, you're going to have the far left and the far right, and everything in between. People are going to disagree. So yeah, sure, we're all liberals here, but we're going to have conflicting opinions, because just because you're a liberal doesn't mean you agree with everything. I would classify myself somewhat, a little bit, as a socialist, but I don't agree with all socialist policies. I think some of them are fucking retarded. So you can't just, because he's a liberal, you can't just group him with all of liberals. That's the problem.
It's too generalized.
That's what a conservative does. Oh, fucking liberals, oh, they're all fag lovers. You're generalizing an entire group of people. That's why I don't fit myself into political spectrums, because when I say I'm somewhat a little bit low-key a socialist, people go, well, then you like the USSR. No, I don't. The USSR was fucked up. People generalize, and they bring things together into one group. That's why I don't identify with a lot of groups, because people will look at the fucked up part and go, they're all the same way. No. So the fact he's liberal, it means nothing. Or it means a little bit of something, but...
Okay, so think of... Okay, you know how I said the shark analogy, and you guys didn't accept that because it's different species of sharks, whatever.
No. I accepted it, but what I had said was you have to bring up the why. Why do they attack surfers more?
Well, no, he's talking about, why do great white sharks attack surfers more than any other species of sharks? And that's because that's their aggressive species. They're more of a dominant, I don't give a fuck species. That's why great white sharks attack more surfers. And
ecosystem and diet and whatever goes into it as well.
Yeah, if they're starved, they're obviously going to do that too.
Yeah. If they're not desensitized to human interaction, then there's a chance, kind of thing. That's why I keep saying the why is very important. You can't just bring up the situation. Ugh, I hate that word. You have to bring up the why.
For you guys to tell this man that he cannot say these stats without bringing up the why.
The FBI is saying that. The FBI is saying you can't bring up our stats without bringing up the why. That's what the FBI is saying.
Well,
so
how come
to take up the FBI stats and not bring up the why is bullshit.
Why do they have the stats on their site and they don't tell you why? How come? Is the FBI racist?
You have to look at the community. Do I need to read the statement to you? They say you need to look at the factors around the communities with the high crime rate. They say it specifically in the disclaimer, which I read to Devin.
Okay, what about the stat that he mentioned? How everybody likes to talk about the Tamir Rice, the fake gun, and last year 3 black kids with a toy gun were shot and killed by police, but 19 white people were shot and killed by police brandishing a toy weapon, and we didn't hear about any of that.
But that has to go with the media as well. People have been admitting that the media is playing the game with us.
We can all agree the media is full of shit, from both sides. Like, I'm not going to defend the media.
Yeah, I don't. The media fucking sucks. The media's shit. You're not going to hear about it because it's not a big issue. Like.
Okay, Josh, what's your thoughts on white guilt?
In what context? Because Devin has a pretty general definition of it. Because apparently, me telling him that there's reasons why black people commit crime, that gives me white guilt.
Okay, so go back to the media then. You know, there's like a trend in the media where it seems like race is brought up constantly. And do you not see the things like not Rachel Dolezal, but Melissa Harris Perry? She has her TV show, and she brings up race every chance she gets. Do you not see that black people, they could joke about white people whenever they feel like it, but white people can't say the same things back? You know, that kind of shit. Do you see that there's an imbalance in society? And I was just talking to, what's your first name?
Willem.
Willem, yeah. I was just talking to Willem about what was that? No, my mind just went blank, man. I just worked 60 hours this week. I'm fucking tired. But so I'm trying to understand why you are making it such your mission to. This guy's got a private YouTube channel.
That criticizes everyone.
Or a public YouTube channel, but
I'm criticizing the guy that feels the need to criticize everyone, and this critic feels that he shouldn't be criticized, which makes me criticize him more. What kind of skeptical atheist deletes comments on channels that are legitimate criticism? That's not what a skeptic is supposed to be like.
If you comment to a public forum sharing your opinion and espousing shit, you're automatically going to be criticized. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to be because and you have.
And you're going to get fucking banned. That's just all.
No, if you're going to ban dissent, that's fucking.
That's not how it ends. That's how it should end, but that's not how it ends. It's not just you get banned. He goes farther than that. He'll dox you, and then you know what happens after you get doxed? They find your Facebook, they find your family, they find your work, they find your school, and they fuck with your life. That's what they do. My school was doxed by one of the Ruse elite cultists.
Yeah. I don't
do
know
terrible shit. This is what I'm criticizing. This is why I fucking hate Devin. Because he is a piece of shit. He's a lying piece of shit. That's all there is to it.
Doxing
oh my God.
Seem...
Josh, you got yourself into this fucking mess. You
I know.
up the hornet's nest, bro.
And I just knocked it down and stomped on it.
You just kept coming.
And I knocked it down and stomped on it. Devin is a regressive. He's a regressive plagiarist.
Okay, then why are you complaining?
I'm not complaining. Well, you called me a rape apologist. Why did you call me a rape apologist?
I mean, it can go both ways here. If you're asking him why does he care so much about Devin, why are you responding to his videos, making videos about him? If no one's supposed to care about each other in that sense, then no one's making videos. I should make videos about Caden Cowger. You should make videos about fucking Josh, and Josh should be talking about Devin. It's not just stop caring about him. It's everyone should not care about everybody else.
Devin can criticize Jank, and no one can criticize Devin. That's bullshit. That's not how a skeptic is supposed to live. That is retarded. And for himself to call himself an atheist, like, it's fucking disgusting what he does.
That's. I feel like you got me on here, Josh, to try to convert me or something. I don't know.
No,
I feel like I'm in church.
Devin is a scumfuck, and he brainwashes people. Like, he has a power of influence. That's what he does. You know, he is a legitimate narcissist.
Yeah, I realize that. He admits that.
Yeah, and they influence people around them. Like, you look up the definition of a narcissist, and it's manipulative. Like, he's not your friend. He's using you for power. That's all he wanted you to do was make a video about me. Anthony knew I would tear it apart, and he still encouraged you to do it. That video you made were all lies told to you by Devin.
No,
that's why I'm telling
you. Nobody forced me to do that video. Nobody asked me to do that video.
No one asked you to do it. That's the lies he projected out. That's what he told you.
Oh,
Like,
he's got magical powers now.
No, when he says, "Oh, you're comparing black people to dogs," you assumed I was comparing black people to dogs. When I was comparing
No,
dogs
I watched
to
that
criminals.
hangout, Josh. I watched
No,
it.
because he said it. It was a fair analogy for crime. That's all it was. I was pointing out the criminal aspect. I was pointing out criminal psychology. That's all I was doing. And he said, "Oh, you're comparing black people to dogs." Like, why can I pull criminal psychology and have it only apply to black people? How's that fair? Why doesn't the dog analogy apply to white people? Like, it was a analogy for crime specifically, and I immediately clarified afterwards, saying that it's an analogy for crime. Like, that's all it was. And then he spins it. That's what they do. They twist and they lie. That's all they do. Like, did you not see, like, Tyler Preston admitted, like, he spread that lie. He said, I literally said black people were like dogs. Because it wasn't convincing enough for him to say it. He had to literally lie about it.
And I think this a problem here is that, I mean, I'm not going to try and get personal, but you look up to Devin to a degree, right?
Yeah, I think he's a smart guy. He's much smarter than me.
Yeah, I look up to The Amazing Atheist. I think he's much smarter than I am. I think he's a really cool dude. He's helped me in a lot of ways. But I can still look at the things he says objectively.
Yeah, like, I'm going to be criticizing him for siding with Devin.
Yeah, like, if he had said something like, I can't think of a fucking analogy right now, but if he had said something I disagreed with, I wouldn't just blindly follow. Or if he said something I was unsure about, I would research it. Or I would ask the person, or attempt to ask the person that he would be saying this thing about. I would look into it and I would find my own opinion. I would form my own opinion through facts. And when people just follow what Devin or TJ or what I or what any of us just say, and we don't back it up, then there's a real problem. Because then this happens. You two are bickering, and because you had heard something that was a admitted lie, and you didn't ask Josh or you didn't look into it yourself.
I still disagree that the guy's got to bring up the reasons why when he.
No, okay, let's get back to his character. Screw his arguments. Let's just focus on his character. He's a piece of shit liar. Like, from multiple admissions, he's a liar from his own fans. Like, he is a pathological liar.
I'm a liar too.
I mean, we all lie.
Well, are you
but
terrorizing?
There's certain degrees about which we lie about. I lie about stupid shit like fucking, like I pissed myself. I mean, I do. But I mean, I joke about it, I lie about it for a fucking comedy. He lies about serious things that go after people's character and form people's opinions of each other. There's a difference between what people can lie or what people do lie about.
This guy is he's a YouTube personality.
As we are.
He reaches to a lot of people. He is good at what he does.
I've shown you his prejudice for black people. Like,
that's not my fucking problem.
Yeah, but why are you condoning it? Why are you supporting it?
I'm not saying he isn't.
Why can't you say he is or isn't? Why can't you make a decision on the evidence I provided to you? Like, if you watch my video, Rex Just Friday, I can show you strictly doing him conveying that same thing.
I don't see that as being prejudice. So I don't see that as being prejudice.
Can I break this down for you? He condemned someone for making the same fallacy that he made against black people. That is not ignorance, that is dishonesty towards black people. He's intentionally trying to make the black community look bad. I have evidence to support my claims. There's a reason why they didn't want you to talk to me, because I have evidence to support every fucking thing I'm going to say. Unlike, because you had nothing to fall back on. Every single thing was a lie. That's why Vindicator's hangout had to be 42 minutes, because he had to stop every 10 seconds to tell you what the truth is. Like, you call me a pussy. Devin, I went into that hangout, 6 vs. 1, and I destroyed Devin. He labeled himself a regressive in that hangout. And then he sat in my chat all night, chirping the chat, and I told him to come on. I read out a disclaimer saying, Devin, if you don't come on, you're a regressive pussy. And he wouldn't come on. Like, he is the definition of a pussy, because he knows I will destroy him too. If he came on right now, I would rip him apart so fucking hard.
You get your ass handed to you every time, man.
No, man. No. How about when he fucked up his math skills? How about when I brought out my stats that supported it and he denied university statistics? How about that? How about when I brought up my Stanford statistics showing that the mental health of the prison population, and he denied that? How can I get my ass handed to me when he's denying university statistics? That's bullshit. No, I won the last debate, and I won the last debate with Anthony, and I won the Hootenanny Hangout. And he's lost his argument. It's gone. He is a regressive plagiarist.
He's a regressive plagiarist. You're so fucking dumb, man.
No, okay, what? You don't think he's a plagiarist?
What, the whole creationist cat thing?
Yeah, how can he accuse creationist cat of being a plagiarist and have the same thing turned around on him? Tell me why that's right.
Hey, y'all, you guys take everything so seriously.
No, please answer the question.
You gotta lighten the fuck up, man.
No, they were threatening him. They were sending him threats. If you do not apologize in 24 hours.
Yeah, dude, it's a joke, man. Anthony's wife sent that
you know
message.
what people do? They doxed my fucking school. This shit is real. It's not a fucking joke.
If Devin or whoever, Anthony, his wife, I don't fucking care, if they're joking, well, okay, cool, they're joking. It was a funny joke. But his fans weren't. Or some of them weren't, at least. Some of them took it seriously. And that's the problem, is that they took it seriously, they made a non-issue into an issue, and they blew it up into nothing. Or into this big thing, which in reality is fucking nothing. Even if he stole his joke. Who fucking cares? It's a joke. It's not like it's intellectual property. He got the joke from somebody else. He didn't think of it. He wasn't the originator of the joke. And that's easily provable since the tweet that Creationist Cat tweeted out was March of 2015. So if anything, he took a joke from somebody else.
Exactly. So why can he label others as plagiarists for doing the same thing that he did? Like that's a double standard that we're trying to point out. That's what he does. And he tries to get away with that shit.
He didn't originate the joke, and his fans don't fucking see that. His fans are a bunch of tards who are like, oh, you fucking stole Devin's joke. It wasn't Devin's joke. And as the person the joke was directed at, I don't fucking care. I thought it was hilarious. I fucking laughed my ass off. I literally cackled. I almost pissed myself laughing because it was a good ass fucking joke.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm about to fall asleep soon. But it was a good chat. But
yes, it was.
I'd love to do it again sometime.
All right, maybe so.
All right.
Nice meeting y'all.
See ya.
Peace.